What's good, y'all, man? It's your boy TimelessRoc. And look, this is a video that I wanted to make for a while because this is something that bothered me for the longest. I feel like for me personally, along this journey of being a music artist and creating content, I'm always looking for new advice. I'm always looking for new information, ways that I can level up and grow and see the success that I want to see, rather that's a following, rather that's money, whatever it is personally for me at whatever moment. And often throughout that pursuit of trying to get that knowledge from people who doing the same things as me, but they found maybe more success, or I aspire to reach the amount of success that they reach, a lot of the time I hear the saying like, oh, if you're broke, it's your fault. And that's always something that's confused me, because I personally feel like I worked so hard throughout the years working to get new knowledge and just really executing on that knowledge to the best of my ability. But through that, I'm naturally very hard on myself, critiquing myself and saying, oh, that's wrong, or maybe not wrong, but I could do that better. And the reason why the quote, if you're broke, it's your fault, is so confusing while you have that mindset of being very hard on yourself, is because it's easy for me to look at it and say, well, damn, they might be right. You know, if I'm not where I want to be, or if I'm broke, maybe this ain't my purpose, or maybe, you know, just asking myself a whole bunch of questions, or maybe I need to do something different. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe I'm not executing on the right knowledge. When I really had to look at it and understand that there's a difference between someone who's not doing anything at all and someone who is just a matter of time before they get to the point that they want to get to. After looking at that and understanding that point of view, I had to look at it and understand that it's just a matter of time before I get where I want to go. Still to this day, even though I'm learning to be more like, I'm not worried about those types of things and I'm not stressing about that type of quote, it's still hard. As creatives, man, it's just one of those things where trying to constantly figure out what can I do to get to the next level, even when you feel like you hit a wall. A lot of the time people ask me, how do I deal with burnout? How do I stay so consistent? Do I ever get burned out? And I feel like I hit a wall recently very hard where somewhat I almost didn't know my direction. I didn't know where I wanted to go. I didn't know what type of content I wanted to make. I didn't know what type of music I wanted to create. So what I took away from all this, going through that hard time of trying to figure out what does it mean to me? If you're broke, it's your fault. Is it really my fault? And of course, I'm always going to take accountability for whatever's going on in my life. So if I'm not where I want to be, of course, me being hard on myself, I'm naturally going to say, okay, yes, it's my fault. Of course, it's nobody else's fault. It can't be. Also realizing that there's a journey in this and that I have to be patient, and I just got to be myself in the sense that I'm not trying to make certain content based on what will get me certain places faster. Because what I learned from making content that you feel that the algorithm will favor is just something that's ultimately going to come to an end, and I'm going to hit a wall at some point, because it's not something I'm naturally going to enjoy. I'm not going to want to turn on this camera and go talk about certain things, and that's going to ultimately mess with my patience. I realized that when I do things for algorithms and I don't get the result that I was looking to get, how do you really react to something like that? So if you somebody that's going through the same exact thing as me, where you're hearing advice of people who may be in the position that you want to be in, and they just telling you if you broke, it's your fault, and you looking at your situation that you're already hardly critiquing yourself on, just understand that there's only a matter of time, and if you keep working, it can pay off. Those things can be very discouraging when you hear things like, if you're broke, it's your fault. But the key is to understand that you're great in your own way, and anything you're gonna bring to the table, don't worry about the SEO, don't worry about the algorithm, don't worry about what anybody else is saying. Of course, take advice. I had to understand that I gotta just be myself. At the end of the day, whatever content is true to me and genuine, not worrying about the algorithm, not worrying about SEO, it's gonna find its place on YouTube. The right audience will find it, and I'm allowed to just be authentic. So yeah, that's my takeaway when it comes to if you broke, it's your fault. Hopefully this helped a lot of y'all. It's been something that really helped me a lot in this moment, because like I said, I've been really hitting the wall lately and just trying to figure out how can I just continue to just be myself and enjoy this process that I love so much when it comes to making content and making music and everything like that. If you somebody that's beating yourself up about your content or your music or whatever it is, your career, you in school, whatever it is, just know that if you doing what you love every day and you actually showing up, that's everything. It's only a matter of time before it works out for you. So when you hear things like, if you're broke, it's your fault, don't let those things get you down. Don't let it stress you out even more about what you've already been stressed about. And just continue to be yourself, make the things you love, and do it the way you want to do it. And it's all gonna work out in the best way. Peace.
He got an alibi and he won't abide to no law. I know it's fucked up, but he won't hesitate to go send a nigga to a law. Young nigga with rag ties in the back of a Maybach. Put in work, whole fam gon' eat. I've been going to work on eat. All grind, no sleep, I stay low key. And you know I be rolling with killers, they really gorillas. Only the realest, you know that we winning. I feel like I've been